Thank you.
Okay, good. Okay. So Elite College founded in 2004 by Mr. Bradley Zhao. Elite College is a tutorial school renowned for teaching French, mathematics, English, and science at all levels of primary and secondary education. In addition, it helps with preparation for the high school entrance exam. Around 500 students admit to the best schools in the province each year. Elite College students have won honors in various French writing, math, Chinese language competitions. Principal Bradley Zhao won the Canadian 105th anniversary medal and became the realizer of the Canadian dream. So here, a brief introduction of Bradley Zhao. He's the founder of the director of Elite College, more than 35 years of experiences in science, scientific research, education, and administration. A recipient of Senator of Canada 105th anniversary commemorative medal. And he is honored the Grand Prix de Promotion de Francisation of La Francofête in 2014 to actually it's more than 2018, but we didn't note it here. He was invited to sign the Golden Book of the City of Montreal in 2018. He was invited to meet the visiting China President Hu Jintao in Ottawa in June 2010. And he's honored the cover person in the magazine China Fortune in 2009. Here are some photos. These two are the photos of the 105th anniversary commemorative medal ceremony. So here the medal is there's the name of Bradley Zhao on it. And here's the photo. He was invited to sign the Golden Book of the City of Montreal in 2018. And on the right side, these photos are the the medals of the Grand Prix de Promotion de Francisation for several years. Okay, it's a very short, brief introduction. So if you need more information, maybe you can check our website. We have a lot of information for the past years. So here we have Facebook. You can take a photo of the QR code and our website. So here's the QR code for the website. Okay, so that's all for the presentation, and then I give time to Bradley Zhao to give the presentation. And if you have some questions, you can write in the chat. So after the presentation, we will answer these questions. Thank you. Okay, 张老师，你可以。
I will share the screen. So you should, yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, thank you so much for joining the meeting. Like just somebody asking whether it's possible to record it. The recording can be on site. Yes, it will be in the website. So we always sometimes get some parents not available because of time sometimes conflict. So we will have the recording, yes, on our website. So today our topic is like secondary entry exam information and how to choose a school. And the student who joined the elite college, especially in the summer camp, their score, how to analyze and how to knows that your kids score and in in the level of in the whole elite college. I spent a few days to make the statistics also, and some new information also. I will show you one by one. So the education system I used for many years. This chart. Actually, we have preschool, like kindergarten and pre-kindergarten. Then we come to usually the 4 years old and 5 years. Then we come to 6 years for the elementary school. Then we usually join the secondary school for 5 years. But starting from usually second 3, some students cannot continue for the secondary education. They come to vocational secondary trainings. So it's, and also then come to when they graduated, they get a certificate for the graduation. They will have like higher education for CGIP or vocational CGIP for 3 years program, and then join the job market, directly go to the job market, or even here, they can directly go to job market, or some students choose university study and master and doctor degree after. And after, actually, there's adult education. So the system is really good. Usually we see pre-kindergarten and kindergarten and 6 years. And the red one is bulletin, very important, is a grade 4 and 5. Some school also need grade 6 bulletin to finally finalize which student will be accepted, or just for references for the grade 6 to when they come to their school in the secondary, they will try to help the student who is needed. So grade 4 and 5 is very important, and we find those days I received some bulletins from the student. They are really excellent, good student, but because this different reason, the bulletin for grade 4 and 5 is, the relatively is quite good. Like today I received a student bulletin. His grade 5 is like 9% over the average, but the total is like is below 80. So relatively is good, but the exact the score is not good. And the math, he's like around 15 over the average in the class, but the exact amount is like only 80 something. So he is refused to participating in the exam for the gender by birth. Actually, the parents told me the kids was crying a lot, but when because today I received the bulletin, then I tell them he's quite an excellent student. Only problem is because he's relatively he's really strong, because usually over the average 8 to 10 should be the excellent student usually, but because per birth they want, like a few like in the COVID-19 years, they announced should be over 90 for French and English and mathematics. So this student, he's relatively really strong, but his exact score is not good enough for participate to be accepted by the exam of the gender by birth. So, but I really try to calm the student. I tell him the truth that he's good enough. He's not, he's a good student. So I hope, he can understand the situation and try his best for his other applications, because there is, other good schools too. For secondary, the 5 years, the most important used is grade 10 and 11. So after that, you know, there's no big exams like CGIP. They take the student, evaluate the student by the score of grade 10, 11, and no exam. The university choose student, also no exam. They choose student who is called R score of the CGIP. So after that, they will student go into the society and have their job, and they have their achievements, and they make the contribution to the community, to the country, to our Canada. So, but you know, those years score is very important, and this is a tricky here. When secondary choose the student, they according to score, but they don't care about it's you know it's don't care about the school, which school comes. So in some way somehow it's unfair, but by law it's needed. So it's a little bit tricky, but I understand that is good for our whole community of Quebec, because it will let the intelligent young student can, you know, spread to the different level, and later on they will leading in the different area or different fields of the society. It will help the progress of the entire society. Personally, maybe sometimes feel unfair, but as the whole province, it is good for good. So I understand. That's what I'm understanding. Now for this year, the exams for the date is here. So the pre-admission, there is some schools like Pension Salon de Marie, Regina Sampta, Sacramento, Notre Dame de l'Eau, Ville Maria, also now College Mont Royal. And those schools in the blue color is no exam. They mainly evaluate the bulletins for grade 4 and 5, and like Delicious and Lab in South Shore, they ask a student to submit a 3 minutes video to make the evaluation with the bulletin. Then they make the choice to accept waiting list or refuse. Then beside those ones, we still have some schools, especially for the Laval, they actually always want, many schools want exams. And some top schools, strong schools like Jean de Brebeuf and Jean Erde in the Montreal Island, and the strong school Jean de la Manet in South Shore, and some excellent schools in the international schools, majorities still need some sort of exam or personal evaluation. So that's the date, and also the open house, because some parents know the school, some parents don't know. So some open house already passed. It's early bird. It's bird, B-I-R-D. Then like Pension Salon de Marie was in April, Jean Erde in May, and Mont Saint Louis, which is near the Henri Bersa, and Brebeuf is June 1st. Some schools don't have the data shown for the open house. Some other schools have the open house date. You can have a look. And I put this table not only for this slide, and put it in the table for the open house and the exam date. So I will show you after. And you can download it from our website, and if you want, you can even print it if you need it. Okay, so don't worry, you will have this information in detail, okay? And this one, I do it recently and starting from this year, because I find it's more like easy to understand, because all the information will be on the page, but on the table, but this one is more easy to understand. And so I make this one only quite, you know, John Brebeuf is already ended for the application, and they already sent email to the student, either accept to to participate in the exam in the September 14 and 15, or they are refused. Then like other school majority are good, you see. We are now in the August 2021, 20th. So it's all still time to apply. So don't worry for that. But only many students I know, they want to join the John Brebeuf. They fail. Few of them I understand. And also I got at least two was refused because of their bulletin is not so strong. Some are really not strong. Some it's because they're relatively strong, but exact score is not high enough, so they are refused. Okay, second school exam is very important because, as I said, there is a university, they don't have exam. They see the art school from the CGIP, and the CGIP, they don't have exam to evaluate the student, to take the student from the secondary. They check the grade 10, grade 11 bullet score to evaluate and choose a student. So we looks like, you know, from primary to secondary, there is a exam. And also because we have the Institute of Fraser in Vancouver, they make the school rank, which, you know, there is a lot of difference with different score in each school, which the score is come from the grade 10 and grade 11, the provincial exams. So there was some change in the COVID-19 because of the COVID-19, but now looks like they come back and they have in the grade 10 have math, science, and history as the provincial exam. And in the grade 11, they have either, you know, French school or English school. They have first or second language, but both included for the French and English as a provincial exam. So based on those provincial exams, the Fraser Institute make the school rank. So now we understand the open house mainly is in September, but I said some in April, some in May, you know, but the rest mainly is in the September. And application is like September also, but some area like Jean Brebeuf, they finished at August 1st, and Jean Manet in South Shore should be 1 year before. That means when you are in grade 5, you need apply for the second entry exam. And all the majority of the other school is in the grade, when they join the grade 6. So, and exam usually in the September and October. Some like this year for the International Laval, they might be do it in the December. So usually after exam, they have the 1 to 2 weeks to allow you to make a registration. If you don't or forget to make a registration, your acceptance will be voted. And if you really want to go again, you should be they will put you in the waiting list. And usually in the following year, in the spring, they have English placement for the student who accepted for their secondary one. So exam itself, they have French, math, and logic. This is actually the study ability test, sort of IQ, you know, test, which we mainly put it in our mathematics course, which is usually won't be included in the math materials, math course books by the, you know, in the market. But our materials for the entire grade 5, even the weekends and the summer, and even for the other program for their grade 5, is all like made by ourselves. So we included the logic in our math program, which we give, we want to training the students logical thinking, and also, let them to understand some, there is 6 main different type of logics, and we try to merge all of them in our material and even in our mock test in the summer camp of grade 5. So it helps for students to increase their logical thought, and help them to to increase their ability in this field. So secondary school education is a key time that connect the past with establishing an outlook in the student life. This is a very, very important period. Why? Because, teenage is most susceptible to the influence of their peers. This time, because they are teenage is a rebellious mentality time period, and they usually not, someone is strong, some students, some teenagers strong, some are weak. They sort of against the influence of the parents, but usually their friends who is surrounding them, they will get more influence from them. So that's why we want, not only choose a certain school, but also we try to choose the friend of our kids, because their word of the view is more impacted by their friends surrounding. So that's important. Also, we understood that for the secondary school, the students' friendship is sometimes lifelong. So this is very important for you. You make the connection and the network for their lifelong. That's a very important period. That's why we spend a lot of time and even money to choose and send the kids to the school you feel good. So the school rank of the Fraser Institute, which is based in Vancouver, they don't come to Montreal or Quebec to see the schools, visit the schools. They just get the academy records mainly from the education of Quebec, Ministry of Education of Quebec. And starting from 2019, they have the first report, and last year they made a new report. But a few years like 2009, 11, 13, 21, 22, they don't have the report because there is a lot of argument. Some educators, they feel that's no good because sometimes they force the directors of the schools more concentrate on the score instead of their all the sides, all the different fields for sports, for music, for their other ability, and like how to help the more educated for helping the community, for helping the other people. So they feel that is not so good, because they get a lot of pressure for the score itself. So, but there is some advantage. Also, there is some disadvantage. So, but in somewhere somehow, it's also is a good references because it's quantified, and also especially for the new immigrants, we don't have a lot of information. This is a good references. So it's always there is some good benefit or harm. So but it's somehow it's also good. So like for the last year, we have 468 secondary schools in Quebec in the school rank. And within the 100 for some years, like for 2010, there's different schools because, oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, I didn't make it translated to English, sorry. So for the schools are different because sometimes they close, sometimes they establish new schools for different years. And usually like around 80% at the 10, 14 years ago now is like 77% is in the French system and more in the public system, to reduce the number in the 100, first 100 secondary schools, because public system make a lot of effort on to make the education system better and better, especially when they made some they increased some international secondary schools like in Laval, Laval International School, then Lucien Tastel in South Shore Secondary School, then Montreal Secondary School. So before there's only 3, now it's 6 secondary international secondary schools in the commission scolaire, different commission scolaire. And we have about like 20% more or less in the English section, and like around 60 to 70% is in Montreal, Greater Montreal area, and the other area like around 30 to 35. So how to choose a good school with your child? I put it in the red for with because not like you should do it with your child together, because they are the one we should respect them, because they are the one who will spend their 5 years in the school. So they should have, if they want, if they can, to jointly make some choice and a decision. Not only parents, hey, you go to this school, I don't care you will be happy or no. That's unfair for the kids, please. And the second school exam, what kind of exam? Usually they based on the, now we have like those, among those schools which our student of elite college participate, more than like 50% now is no exam. Instead, they based on the bulletin, the transcript. So, but also now the transcript also very, very important. So that's why some parents, even grade 3, grade 4, grade 5, they send it to us for the weekend class and even summer camp, because they want to have a better, bulletin for the grade 4 and 5. Because, just like I said, like the General Brebeuf, they refused some student for even participate in the exam. Even they don't give the chance for them to participate for the secondary entry exam. And the competition is, every school want to get the excellent student, so they try their best. And the bulletin is, like I said, more and more important for the grade 5 and grade 4. And some school they want, like early birds to accept the student, like in April and May, and they just want to, try to accept the good student, then tell them, hey, I already accept you, forget about other schools, And the public international schools in our territory is more and more important, and now is usually not allowed to go to the other territory. Like some years ago, Laval International School allowed, other like in Montreal area student to participate in their exam, and as long as if it's accepted, as long as you move to Laval, I remember it's around before the following year, March. Then you are, this is like they accept you on condition that you move to Laval before the March of the following year. Now it's not, it's all forbidden because the parents submit or pay for the school tax within your school board. So you, like Montreal, you don't pay contribute to the Laval school board. Uh, um, like West Island, you don't contribute to the South Shore, like school boards. So they just like accept a student within their territory, their school board territory. Okay, so how to, you know, when you want to choose a school, what you should think about it. Firstly, the ability, the strength of your kids, that's very important. Today, I will show you, I spend some time to make the like 2004 summer camp grade 5 report because we have different grades, but grade 5 we put it together, and I spend quite time because some like you know, camps they use some standard is different, so I should unify them and combine a total like including the weekend secondary school entry class student, South Shore, Web, Saint Laurent camps, and also online students. So we try to merge, put them together and make total statistics. Then also you should think about the school. How is the school? What's their like? That's why we have the open house schools. You can check how is the school, how is the student spirit there, and is it good for your school? Maybe some school are excellent school in somewhere somehow, but maybe not so good for your kids. That's why I said you try to do it with your kids together. Then they will also have their express their opinion and discuss with the parents together. Say is it good or not so good. That will be helps to for them, and because they will spend 5 years there, right? And the preference and expertise, you know, because different students have the different children, they have different preference, you know, some like sports, some like music, because except academic study, which is not too much difference somewhere somehow, but sure there is a, but for the good schools, they are this, you know, the academy, there's not too much difference already. Then there is like, you know, parallel programs, which like some students like hockey a lot, some school like the arena, but some school have the arena and some don't. And some students like a lot for the swimming, but some school, they have the swimming pool, indoor swimming pool in their school, but not too many have them. So they can have, especially like the music also. So they can, you know, choose their preference. And very important, another consideration is friends. Usually the kids want to go somewhere with their close friend together because it, you know, sure they will make friends in the new place, but you know, somehow some students, they are not so easy going, so they need some old friends to go together. They feel more happy, more easy to merge to the new place, new school, you know. Location also is important. 10 years ago or 15 years ago, my students, they from South Shore, West Island, Laval come to the Jean de Brebeuf. But nowadays, they don't. They either to go to the other school nearby, or they just like buy or rent a place nearby. Like if you come to the Jean or come to Jean de Brebeuf or Regina or the girls' school Pension Salon de Marie, But Pennsylvania is different because they have the boarding school, so they can, apply space. Even like my students, they're like quite far, even in the south of the South Shore, and they send their daughter to go to the Pennsylvania by boarding. Then every Friday, they collect the kids to go to their home, and Sunday afternoon, they send back to the school, and during that time in the school, they will sleep, eat, and study in the school. So location now is more like, because the kids don't want to be, even the parents don't want to be too hard to join a good secondary school, and the many compared to the private school, they now around like 4,500 to 5,000 yearly tuition fee. Somehow compared to the other expenses, maybe it is still worse to choose a private school, but also there is so many good public schools which is no tuition fee. You can also try, right? And they have a very good education atmosphere and education quality too. So the fee, you see, now is around 5,000 for private. Private secondary schools is almost similar, only John Brebeuf like maybe 500 more than others. All the rest almost is not too much difference. Then they can also pay in the different installment, 3 times, 5 times, or 10 times. Then the books nowadays, the books is because only very few school don't apply the iPad. Majority school use iPad, so only few books which they want student to read, and they need to buy, but majority not necessary. So, and the uniform is similar, and for the transportation similar, but some school like Regina Sampta, they Charlemagne, Dirocher, and now Saint-Anne-de-la-Chine, really they collect students from different area and really need to pay some transportation fee. Lunch is similar if you want to eat in the school, and activities, all the school have it, and the long trip to the other countries or areas, they are similar. So that's it. So the most important difference is the tuition fee. Public for the international school usually have 300 IB program fee, but for the others usually is 0, and private is like now up or down for 5,000. Like Jean-Erd for the next school year, the coming school year, the registration fee is 200 is non-refundable, and tuition fee is 4,835. You can pay it in 2 or 10 installments, but for the 2 years ago, it was 300 less around. And the donation for 200, you can have the tax reception for their foundation. And the books, you spend around 300, and other fees are almost same, but iPad for secondary one now is almost double compared to 2 years ago. But I think they make the good quality and more functions for the iPad. And the uniform, and for the other program, for the elite programs, you spend like 700 or 5 to 700, and maybe hockey may be more even expensive. But it's worse because you no need to do it in the weekend, running up and down. Instead, your kids can do it in the school. That's also is a good choice. So money is still money. Like even 2008, that means 16 years ago, the average, you see, like Loyal West, that time is like 48, 37, some ranks, but now is around 10. It's really top and top, up and up. And Champlain also is a good public school, but their rank is a bit lower or quite lower. So you see, the family average income also is different. For the 16 years ago, this is around 90,000. This is 33,000. And the graduation rate also is similar difference. And the score for the provincial exams also is quite different, like 85 average, and this is like below 50 or around 50. So that's for your impression that, just for your information. And this is Education International because IB program, which is founded in 1960s for the diplomas and for the, ground businessman. They after certain years they change their place. After certain years they change place, so their kids study get trouble. So that's why they founded the education IB program, which help the kids to unify their study in the different countries. So, and this one is applied by the normal community now. All the many countries already used to have the IB program. Not, like in Quebec, there is a lot of school use the IB program, especially like international program, secondary school of international schools in I said is 6 now in Montreal, Greater Montreal area. It is all the classes applied IB program is called international school. But some secondary school, they have few classes, one or two or few classes applied use the program for IB is called IB class. And the school, because there is some other classes are not IB program, so cannot call the international school, but they still have the IB program and they choose some, advanced student to participate in the IB program classes. IB school, now there's 6 international schools located in Montreal, in the Atwater, near Atwater. West Island is like St. Louis. Tiamat is Montreal, secondary school, Montreal. And Laval International School and McMasterville, International School. And the South Shore is called Lucien Tastel International School. So we have 6 now, but before we had 3 only. And IB classes, we have like Jamans, Saint-Luc, Laval, they have it. But like Brebeuf, they stopped. And Pension Sonoma here also stopped. Even they had it for some time, but now they just use their own program. But also it's a very good program. Don't worry, not necessarily it's not good than the IB program. So co-education and single sex education, that's a little bit concerned by some of the student or the parents. Like Jean de Brebeuf, they around 10 years ago, as a boys' school, they add girls, but they do it in separately. But English, we still have, now this is only one, have some, separate boys section. All the rest is mixed. No boys. But for English section, we still have a Sawyer House. Royal High School is for boys only. For girls, in the French section, we have Pension Salon de Marie, Coris Saint-Mathurin, Villa Saint-Mathurin, but 3 now. But English, we have the study, Miss Age and Miss Cramps, still it's a girls' school only. Some school, from the girls' school change it to the, co-education. What's the difference? There is a long report say co-education is better. Then another long report say single sex education is better. So, everybody have their own opinion. But according to the survey, usually they say under the age of 15, male and female student in the school of the same sex grow better than the mixed schools. So, and it's for your references. Like this one, 2 days ago, actually it's 16th of August, it's refused because the bulletin. They check their bulletin and because the space is limited, and they tell the student, don't worry, you are still good enough. Try to find another school. That's why the bulletin now is really, really important for grade 3 and grade 4 and grade 5. And if you receive this kind of letter after exam, your kids are accepted. And it's acceptation, Then don't forget the data limits for make the registration. If you don't or forget, then your this letter is voted, and if you still want to go there, then you could be put in the waiting list only. So mock exam must in our school, in elite college, how we do it, because parents want to understand how is my kids working? Is it progressed? And what they do, because usually parents cannot follow them in the classes, right? So I can tell you again, every class for the grade 5 in the summer camp has 3 French morning, 3 half a day, and 2 math classes half a day each week by the professional teachers. Each class has 2 mock exams, that means 2 half a day, and 1 exam review time also. So don't worry too much, because some parents say, you made my kids made the mock exam, and you give the statistics, but if my kids have some something don't understand, what we can do? Okay, there's the exam review, which is by professional teachers to do it in the class. So there is a chance for the student who make the exam and know which one is the correct answer if he make the fault answer. But if we still don't understand, then the exam review time is a time for the student to fully understand the questions and the concepts too. If they have any further question, they can ask the teacher during the exam review and even during the French or math class time. Mock test exam is monitored by the volunteers, guide the exam model and the method. So we try to let the student try like how to make a good exam, the methodology. I usually go to each of the class to help them, and the volunteers are trained to tell them like how to make a good correction, the corrige pas usually, like a student, his test is correct, make the correction by another student, and we want the student to write down their name too, to show the responsibility, because we have all the test papers bring home by the student, and they have the marked also correct answer. Then if they get a wrong answer, then they can review and redo it, after. So that's the purpose we do it. Then give the standard answer after the exam, mark the fault answer, and give the right answers for review, with a quite tight time. So that's the program we have. Exam review class is the teacher's explanation and answer questions by usually in the same week, because the one student maybe he don't join the next week, so we have the exam review in the same week, so at least the kids can get it, don't lose a chance. because we have the exams and even from the textbook for the teaching, so we have huge writings, but we created by the volunteers who usually is a university student or CGP student or high level of the secondary student. They are good in French. We choose some of the volunteers to do it. Then they give a brief idea how the writing and combine the. We also give our student a sample writing booklet, help the student to understand and improve their own writings. How to understand your kids' grade, you know? So every exam have a question with the standard answer by the student and input into the computer. We put it in the computer. Some exam, you know, have the one subject like French only, some math only, some comprehension is a complete, you know, have a different section like comprehension, grammar and writing. Some also like comprehensive exam, they have different sections like French, math, and logic. Nowadays, because the majority of school get rid of the general cultural exam, so we try to you know, erase that searching. All the exam papers are brought to home for review and show to the parents. So you, when you want to know your kids, you can ask the kids to give you the exam papers. Then you have a brief idea how their performance and what's their like score or something like this. Each exam questions are similar, practically practice and makes perfect, you know. We encourage all the secondary entry exam candidates to make their own run question bank. What we do, the parents can help them to do it because they are too young. So what we do, that means like their exams, the 4 questions, ask a student, ask your kids, use the paper and the pen to write it down because it helps for them to fully understand how the question they made and put it in somewhere for maybe 1 week, then they do it again, then check the correct answer. Then usually they have less fault questions. Then continue until there is no fault questions. It helps a lot in the short time because we have less than 1 month. We will have the exams for the schools, you know. The first exam schools in the September 14th. So we have limited time to you know, improve student ability again. The mock exam score statistics, I said this one I spent quite a lot of time because mainly because is you know, the statistics, the data, sometimes some school, some camps of our school, they use 100%, like this is the 67, but some they make it like 100%. They change the 100% and have the score. Some may still keep like 67, so that's I should unify them. And some this year a little bit rare. South Shore have the different order of the exam, so I should also, you know, make the change. After that, then have a statistics from like different, you know, from 60, then 60 to 70.
183 Jessica Chaffis Loop.
Then we have like 70 to 80, then 80 to 90, and over. And so that's the different, you know, different. So this is the, but we put it also because when you have your
483 Jessica.
when you have the bulletin, the test paper, then you can also, when you have this table, you will have the, you understand, okay, my kids got like okay 35 over the 50, average is like around 30, so my kids are above the average. And to check the score, like it's like, okay, it's between the 80 to 90. For this test is a FMLC 02. He is ranked in the like top 25. So you will have the brief idea, how is my kids within among all the students of elite college, either in Senlohang campus or South Shore campus, or online or weekend. Okay, so this score will give you a little bit idea on that. How to compare the children's performance. Through our test score status table, you got all the information, all right? Thank you. And how to compare with other students. So feedbacks, usually we got always, you see that maybe your kids tell you, I'm always around with them. I like each time we have weekly star. We give the certificate to the student who is top 3 of each subject, and this for excellence, and for the we usually give others like 4 to 10 maybe is for progress. So yesterday a student parent told me, we have a lot of students got the certificate. I said, yeah, there is, but it's different. Some are written excellence, some are written progress. So that's a difference. So and I always talk to the student. Sometimes, I send the student to go home, to see off of them, like after 4. So parents sometimes come to talk to me. So I also get some feedbacks. Most of the students, they feel they have learned a lot in our school, in the camp, and they stressed their confidence in study in the top rank secondary school in the future. So, not only learn something, but also give them more confidence for their future, study, and even for the future life, that is very, very important. Generally speaking, most of the candidates in the elite camp can be admitted by the top secondary schools they chose. They choose. So that's very good. Because we had, 20, this year is 21 years of our school, founded in 2004. Therefore, most student is likely to be admitted to top secondary school after studying and taking mock exams, because this is a good experience. As I said yesterday, also I find some student at the beginning, their score is lower than after 2-3 weeks, because they get more like experience and get used to do that. That's good. Okay, parents also ask me, what's the main topics or what does it do? Like, give you some brief idea, like brief. Sometimes they give like 45 or 60 minutes for the 72 questions. French, they have grammar. 50 question, 20 minutes. That's what I always taught to my student, because usually I try to motivate our student. And that's why also each week, when they have the weekly star, which we put the name beside the certificate we give to them, or small gifts we give to them, we also put it in the class, and the student can, to know their name on it or not, and they try to, motivate them. But also I spent few times with them, use maybe 20 minutes, because I cannot use too much time because the teachers have the limited time to finish their plan. So I tell them how is their future for 10 years until university, because what's the procedure, what's the progress they will have, what's they are facing. Then I'd ask them whether you in the future you want to go to university. Usually it's 100% of students raise their hand. They want to go to university. Then I tell them there is a school rank, and if you are in the school of 5.0, you are excellent student. All the subjects get 100% of your score. But if you if you go to another school which is 10.0, you got only 50%, you know. So now when I say which kind of school you want to join, 100% of the students, even different classes and different years, they want to go to the good schools, which they can learn more in the 5 years of secondary school study. So now another question I tell them, okay, here, give you only 20 minutes, finish 50 questions for grammar. Can you finish it? Major student, if without any training, is really difficult. I know even the excellent student is difficult in my experience. So because 1 minute you finish 2.5 questions, you have no time to think about it. You should just do it, you know? So it's so difficult. But they still doing like this, you know? Then they have the writing, and they have also, dictate also. For both, they have like, now starting from 2013, they have girls and boys, and they have a similar, sometimes different kind of exams. And this is one of my students, Sarah, who memorized what she did in the test of Brebeuf some years ago. Actually, they have like 1 hour for 74 questions, and the response is multiple choices. And they have, short, paper writing to tell the school why you want to choose our school. So like we ask a student to write why you are a good candidate for our school or why you choose our school. This is many schools sometimes give the topic for the student to write. Then after the pause, they have the dictate for 10 sentences, and they have 50 questions for 20 minutes to finish it. And also they have comprehension and writing. Okay, so then for the young earth, generally say their test is much easier compared to the other school. Like they have 15 minutes for 35 questions. Many is conjugation, and math also, and logic. They have the writing also for 25 lines, which is around 250 or 200 to 250 words. And usually they give 3 topics and you choose one. Like if you had the opportunity to go to the future world and see what you would become when you were 30 years old, what would you want to become? So those kind of questions is, to induce the imagination of the student and see how is their concern. Like some students said, I want to help the community. I want our country to be great. I want to be a very strong student, later strong work to do my best to help the community, to help the society, to help our Quebec, to help our Canada. So that's, different students write their different opinion. Then also like French, they have Then French, like another year, they have 35 questions, similar like before, you can see, and math and logic. So they have like comprehension is 3 pages, is quite long. And mathematics is really quite easy. That's what my student wrote to me, and they have some protection key, you know. Laval International, French, they have comprehension, actually it's a dictate, equal D, you know. Then they ask you to continue for the story and write, make the production key, write, you know, that's is quite a little bit challenge, because if your dictate is no good, then maybe your writing is not so good, you know, because even different, you know, maybe some is a present time, some is for future time, some is for the past time. So because dictate, sometimes they are in the same word, same pronunciation, but actually is a different time. Then you might be wrong, then your writing may be not so good. So comprehension, also they have the lectures of comprehension. Then they have math, logic, and they have the special. Okay, then in the Terrebonne, there is a school called College Saint Sacrament. They also need a test. So they have the writing, they have French grammar, lecture, and they have mathematics and logic also. So usually the schools are similar, 3 parts like French, French usually including grammar, comprehension and writing, math, and logic. Logic is, I said before, is a study ability, you know. They want to test the study ability for the student. Then College de Laval. Usually after 1 week, they give after the exam, they give the email to tell the result, either accepted or waiting list or refused. So they have dictate question, you know, they have comprehension of lectures, and you know, and question for development, and they're mainly 40% for math, French 60%. So usually it's like French is more value than the math for many schools. So it college really helped a lot of students. Even this, you know, those years, we also have hundreds students participate our program and accepted by the top secondary schools, which they like. And the score, as I said to you, you can, I put it down again, you know, this is for last year. And thanks so much for listening to my presentation. And before you can, if you have any question, you can write in the chat. I can answer you. And the monitor, you can try to help. But before I go to the answer the question, I want to show you some information. In our website, there is like tutoring courses and camps. French version also similar. The preparation for the second entry exam, you can find this page, which is a lot of information here. Okay, the parent word, the 3 steps of preparation. Then like info searching, like today's info searching. We have some tips for the exam preparation, you know. We even also send emails to the parents. I think you guys already receive it. And school, you know, secondary school information. And this one, actually, I already opened it here. So you can find it from here, and from even the info searching, you can find it. Okay, info searching, we had it like open house and exam date, which is this page. I want you guys to know this page, we really spend lots of time to to show you, but it's too much information. It's complicated. Some people, some parents didn't use it, you know, to get enough information from them, but it's really, really a lot of information. So let me explain to you a little bit. We have different sections for Montreal Island, for Brossard, South Shore, and Laval, North Shore, and West Island, 4 sections. And for Montreal, like for the 2000 last year's rank and for the 2019 rank, we keep it there. And this one you can see the number 1 for 2003, but 5-year average. You can see this slash, the number is 5-year average. So like international Montreal in Atwater, near Atwater is 5-year average is 7, but last year is 1. And Pension Saint-Marie is number 1 also, but 5-year is like 12. So this is some information for you. And this school, like Notre Dame, the newest, the rank is 20, but 5-year is 35. So you get some information, you know, more detailed information. But like John Brebeuf Jean for last year and for 5-year is all like number 1 parallel. And this one is like 10 over 10, how many? How much? They get 9.2, this is 9.1, this is 7.4, that's a difference, okay? Then, like Brebeuf, they have 144 for boys, male student, and 108 for 3 classes. This is 4 classes, this is 3 classes, 36 each student, each class. They have 3 classes for female recently. Sometimes it varies, okay, because their capacity, you know, to hold all the classes. Then like younger, they have 10 score and 35 for secondary 1, they accept 350 students. And for 5 years, usually they have around 1,200 students in the school because they reduced some students starting from secondary 2. So that's for your information. And then the school name. And this one usually is the, like when they started to, for the first class and when the last class finished. And so that's also the information. Whatever you have, we put it here. And for the 2015 to 16, there is a 1,100 some student in the school, but not included the CEGEP student, only for the secondary student. Then like Jean, they have, you know, more student. Then for the, which section is a French private or French public or English private or English private. Then address of the school, phone number, also the application emails, then the website of the school, and also we try to put more information like online admission form. Usually it's starting in May 30 to August 1st for the online application. Then they need the grade 4 and 5 bulletin and $50 for application fee. And the open house is like June 1st, is already passed. Then they have exam date like in September 14, that's mean Saturday morning and afternoon, and 2 sessions, and Sunday 15th, they have morning session, so totally 3 sessions. So that's the information we have, and this color is for this year's, and the blue is for the, we don't have the exact information, so we keep it like this one is last year's information. But it's also quite a good reference because each year the schools don't make change a lot. Then some students ask me, you know, what they do for the international school in the Lucien Testel in South Shore. I will show you. Okay, Now come to West Island. Those schools like Saint Louis, like Pasteur, Charlemagne, Beaubois, Saint-Anne-Lachine, Saint-Catherine, West Island College, Montreal in the TMR. Then the South Shore. South Shore now this year for the Lucien Testel International School, they don't have an exact like exam, but they have the sort of interview or test for the exploration and observation on October 14th. So, but the on condition is your parents should join the October 8th, the parents meeting, because if not, they won't, accept you to join the October 14th exam. Sorry, I should put it in English. Then, so those are a lot of information, Laval, but I put this year, I have a new one, the time frame for registration, because now we know that John Brebeuf finished August 1st. But all the rest, we are now 20th of August, still available for registration, so don't worry too much. So I put it, if we don't have the information, we just put it empty, but if there is, but some of them we know that, like John Brani, they registered 1 year before in grade 5, not now grade 6. And Diffusion Lab, they have the registration period, and they have like starting from August, mid of August to the end of September to submit the video. And international school in the Macmasphere is still last year's information for 2023. We don't have a new one. And like College Laval, we don't know exactly the starting time, but they should finish the end date for the application is before September 19th. So like Latanda in Laval also 2023. And this one I showed in the slide, I put it here also. So this document, you can download it from our website in the 3 versions of languages you can find, but the table is the same. Either you French version or Chinese version or English version, we put the same, the table for all of us. Okay, that's the information I want to show you. And also, from our website, always the newest information is on our website. Whenever we make change, we always update our website. So you may go to the website, you will get the newest information. Thanks so much. So now I'm coming to the, let me stop the share. Okay, there is a few questions. So if you have a question, you can put it there. I will put it in the chat. What's the CAC? CAC. CAC. I think it's Sacrament, SAC, but it's Sacrament. Sacrament, College Sacrament in the Terrebonne area. Hi, we got the invitation of JB, and then what physical test they need to prepare? Okay, the gender by birth. From the table you just see, by birth they have the, they have an evaluation of the athletic in September 7 and 8 because they have a sports program. So before the test, 1 week before, they have the evaluation. So not necessarily you prepare a lot for that, because why? Because that, if your kids like the program, that's the best. If your kids don't like, then you try to let him participate in the program. Maybe your kids feel not happy during the the school time. So I don't think it's really need a lot of physical tests, like need a lot of preparation for that. do whatever your kids like and whatever he is or she is now, and let the student make the mutual choice. Thank you. Hello, Mr. Zhao. We have a question for you. For if 1 year in public grade 4 and 1 year in private grade 5, how do we register St. Louis College? Okay, any student in the private or public primary schools, there is the same registration. They need, majority of the schools, they need 2 years bulletin. So you just give them the bulletin. Usually they want also birth certificate, and you know, if not born in here, then you have an immigration paper. So they will indicate it, and especially because the public international schools, they need your territory, like you have the bills for your hydro or your quite official bills, then it's good for them. What will happen on the exploration day of the Lucerne Steel South Shore? Okay, South Shore, because this is quite new. You know what we had, like the Saint-Anne-de-Lachine. They now they don't have the exam, but sometimes they have the interview. They ask the student divided by the different groups. So maybe 6 student or 7 student to have a group. Then they ask them to do a program together. They will see how they do it. Then they see how is their own performance, but also the meantime, they also want to observe the student whether they are good, team workers. Some students, they really like, do it, very good. Like they ask them to it's called a Lego. I think they building the different blocks. Then they want them to do it, whether they can do it well by themselves. And at the meantime, some students do it, some students just observe it. So the person of the school, they will watch them, how their performance. And at the meantime, how is their teamwork? Because some students, they care about their peers, but some students, they do whatever they want to do, don't care about the peers, the group, other members. Sometimes they quite aggressively and fill all the blocks. Some are for them, quite gently. So the school will observe, especially for the exploration. Then I think they will, because I have no experience, they try to, you know that like in the McGill College, McGill University, they have exploration summer camp. They have different, maybe scientific, like the school of the, in the eastern area, they are quite emphasized in the small scientific test or like experiment. So in that case, I'm not so sure because this is the first year for the Lucerne Steel to have this evaluation. How it is, maybe we'll know it later. But I think should be like similar like with other other schools. Hello, thank you for your presentation. Is the test of equity and dictate in Brebeuf new for the no. The dictate for the Brebeuf is a long time ago. It's so many years. Even my son, who did the test in 2005, many years ago, yeah, about 20 years ago, he did the dictate also, and they still keep it. So what I showed is they didn't make a lot of change actually. Will student enrolled in the exam preparation class be taught strategies how to take the exam in addition to the test questions? And yes, I told them, you know, like how to even how to fill the answer, because 20 minutes for 50 questions, if you do it too big, circling is no good. Some are just use a circle outside also is no good, because some schools use the machine to read the test paper, the answers of the student. So if you only circling outside or answer they circle the full answer, like C, that one sometimes they cannot see it properly. Then they should manually to read your report, your tests. So we tell them how to make a good ones, and how to make, you know, I ask them, you know, because they have, you know, like if they stay for some weeks, they have some mock test. So I tell them, you know, and my volunteers training also tell them, try their best to do it as soon as possible. Some students are very, very careful, but also too slow. Some students careless. So that's a little bit of problem, because you will, when they join the exam review, it's so easy. How can I make a fault? Yes, but you did it because you didn't care enough. So when they have enough time after the exam, I still also suggest them to review the exams, especially for the mathematics. It's useful. For grammar, sometimes is your sense, your test. So sometimes, you know, it's not necessary you maybe find the fault. But for math, you can use another way to do the question, to answer the question. Then you see how is the result. If the same, correct. If not the same, then you think about it, which one is wrong, and find the good one. So like example, this is the same question from the person who wrote it. Really appreciate. For example, the math question has a multiple choice questions. Into each of the answer, provide to see which one solve the question for the equation. Majority of the time, usually is one answer, but sometimes there is, you know, different, maybe two answers correct. So that case, you should think about it by the student. See, if it's really good answer, you can mark 2. But majority of the situation usually only have 1. But who knows, you know? Well, the student also practice how to answer the exam SC questions. Example, tell us why you want to come to our school. Yes. We have the practice for them, like this question, why you want to go to our school, and why you are a good candidate of our school. Like usually we ask a student to do it as a homework, and we have the exam, some correction for them, and also the teachers also tell them how to write this kind of question. Sometimes I go there to tell them. For extension of this question, I want to tell you, usually for the primary student, there is 2 kind of writings. One is like description, you know. One is like, you know, more like make your own opinion. You know, is narrative writings. But some is like more, you know, it's argumentative essays. So mainly this 2 kind. So like, okay, you most unforgettable day of a day in your school, or you always remember a day of the party you joined with your friend. So this is a more narrative. but also you can write argumentative, because you see, oh, this day or this party, I really had some good idea and a good experience, because yeah, the teamwork is very important. Today I have there is one friend who, you know, is really too like not so gentle to the others, and cause the party not so like perfect. So for me, if I will remember this case and try to do my best whenever I join the group activities. So this kind of, you know, you merge them together. And why you want to join us, our school, and why you are a good candidate. We have the sort of sample writings, which I don't want students to memorize it because it's not good. But you can refer it why the elite college choose the papers and put in the good writing booklet, also written by the grade 5 student of previous elite student. So if my writing, can I do it well, and why they are good enough to be chosen, and how can I write a good one? And usually for the writings, there is the first section, maybe short sentences for introduction of your opinion. The second, then the development, maybe if with the 60 words, maybe only one development, but 200 words, maybe 3, 4, 5 development, then conclusion. That's a very important structure. Don't forget the main structure. You forget to write the introduction or forget the conclusion, that is no good. But now, in between, the development is really difference the student ability of writing, because some students have very, very good ideas and they write it in the development. Some students, they don't have a lot of ideas. They write what they wrote in the development is not so good. So like saying smoking is no good. So my introduction is smoking is no good. Then development 1 is spend too much money. Then develop 2, it's harmful for himself, the smoker, and for the second-hand smoker also is get harmed. Then also the third, someone said, yeah, this is also cause a lot of trouble in the family, because sometimes maybe the wife don't like smell the smoke, and now cause the fight between the, you know, the parents, or like between the couple. But some students, they have another idea. Yeah, because of the cigarette use a lot of good natural resources, materials like wood, which cause a lot of environment problem, not only smoke itself, but also destroyed the forest. That is no good for our human being. You know, it's no good. It caused you know, whether, you know, the environment change to be bad. Like nowadays we have a lot of disaster, more and more the recent years than before. So the conclusion is smoke no good. We should advise the people stop the smoke. Okay, that is something they can write. So I hope I answered the question. This is really appreciate your question. It's really, really good. But we did really. Okay. Another one question is, my child has received email from JB test. That's great. Congratulations. Will you be making a group of similar students to prepare them together? Do I need to contact someone of elite? It's not necessary. You know why? Because in somewhere, somehow, the student in the elite college already sort of well prepared. Because you have a good bulletin, your kids have a good, your child have a good bulletin for grade 4 and 5. So he got acceptance to participate in the exam. but like the comprehension, like the dictate, you know what? Dictate is, we have the dictate, we have in the activity time for our grade 5 student, but dictate is mainly the grammar. You understand? So if the grammar is good, grammar test we have a lot, and comprehension and writing. Like I answered the first question, the previous question. I said we did a lot for the writings, and we have the booklet for the student for their references. So it's not necessary. And now I want to make a suggestion to the parents here. The 4 questions bank question. You know, the student, even the very strong student, they still have some questions they did it and correctly, is called 4th question. So ask them to write it down, use their pen and paper. It's good because they will know how they make the question. When they have the similar problem, some students, you know why they make a fault. They just read maybe half of the question, then they make the answer. They didn't even fully understand the question. So if they handwrite it, they will more understand the structure of the questions. It helps. Then you put the 4th questions as a 4th question bank. Then you put it in somewhere for 1 week. You do it again. Then compared to the correct answers, which usually we have it in your kids' test paper in the summer camp. In our summer camp, is it brought to home? Then you know, do it again until almost no 4th question. That's really helps in the short time. And for the writing, because we did a lot and we tried to correct some of we corrected them already. So we give back to the student. You can see it, ask them to see it, and also the sample exams. Also, you can refer it. And from the website of Elite College, you can find some, you know, let me show you. From our website, you can have a lot of sample writings, like. So then you can, you know, to ask your kids, you know. So from our website, this is English, but French also. Student corner, achievement award, photo, I think student parents corner, like French writing. So there is like good, you know, summer camp student writing, the good ones. Okay. Then like the class project and the sample French resume, they are really good ones. And in the end, you can also find the question that the gentleman just asked before. Why you are a good candidate for the secondary school? Okay, then why you want to choose our school, to come to our school? We have even like 2006, but is a grade 5 student wrote it. So they are, you know, same age with your children. So you can have a lot of information from here, sample writings, right? So it somewhere somehow it helps. So let me stop the sharing. Okay, then another question is, can you please recommend any entry exam book to help prepare student for the exam outside what being taught in our class, in elite class? Okay, in the Costco, they sell some exam books, but if your kids have only like 1, 2, 3 weeks in the summer camp of elite, maybe you can buy the books from them and let your kids to make some more exercises. But if your kids have more than 6 weeks in elite camp, it's not necessary. Majority of the books, the contents, we already included. Even our exams, even beyond of them, from the widens and from the deeps. So it's not necessary. But if your kids is not enough time, not long time in our camps, then you might find and buy from them in the Costco. I don't know whether they have it now, but usually they sell it. Last question is, do the exam preparatory class help prepare students to take the entrance exam amongst hundreds of students in the same room? Example, to help eliminate distraction and reduce the fear of taking the test before and during. Yes, this is a good question, and its answer is yes. You know what I did? Because some students, they join a lot of exams. They feel like I in the presentation I said they have more confidence on themselves. They don't fear too much because they get used to. I told you also in the section I said compared to the exams at the very beginning, yesterday I made the exam, made the workshop also. We find a student who is very, very strong, but the first test, second test, she's quite weak. The score is no good because she don't get used to, and she feel maybe like you said, maybe nervous, whatever. But after that, her test is really good. So this is, they don't fear too much. And we also advise them, try to do your best, carefully, and as quick as possible, but don't be too quick. Some students too quick, use half of the time finished. That's no good because he didn't think about it carefully and just give the answer. That's no good. Also, whenever the exams, because me, I always, even some of my staff, we always move around to each of the class, not only grade 5, for the discipline, or if there is any problem we can solve. But I go more often is the exam, is the grade 5 classes, because some of them, even the class time, they get self-distracted and also cause the other students to be disturbed also. That is not so good. We need to make a suggestion for them, and it's really, really useful because they knows that is not only for them, for himself or herself, or for herself, but also good for the whole class, for the other people. So the students really nice. They, as long as you mentioned, they come better. I know one student really did not so good. He put some stick on the ear of another student and caused the student cut some ears. I communicated with the parents and say sorry, it happens. But I really, really warned the student. You know what? I also informed the parents because I said if after warning, if you continues to do this is really no good. The student and the parents are really not happy. So also give the bad example for the whole class. So I said I wrote notes and the parents signed. But you know what? After that, the student really behaving good. For the last day, I told the parents and I hugged the student. I said, you did it really good, because as long as you get progress, he's a good student of mine. I really feel appreciate also because later on after that, the student really behaving not excellent, but much, much better gradually until the end of the summer camp in Saint Laurent. So, those things we always, you can ask your kids. They can see me every day almost, except I went to the social camps. And when the exam time, I also, just join them, join the class, sort of distracted them because, in case when you join the maybe January exam, they have the construction outside. You get a lot of distract. What you can do? Before what I did, I go there and make the photos, maybe fake. I didn't really make the photos, but I show them I'm doing something. Then let them, there is sometimes there is a distraction activities around the exam room. You should try to, understand it's possible. So thanks a lot for your question. Okay, now can we hi, Madam Stella. I think we can. It's time already. We end my presentation, and after that, the parents, if you want to know, let me show you. Then wait a moment. I will show you what we have for the exam, and let me share the screen for you. Then you can have a look, and if you want, it's up to you. Okay, can you see it? It's Excel. This is a 2024 summer camp report for grade 5, and it's like all the tests, different tests in the 8 weeks. For all the groups, like in Sanlohan, in the South Shore, online or weekend secondary entry exams, and each of them have the test. Then the student have their name here. So like Emily, his scores, and so if you want get some idea about your kids, then you can write your kid's name in the chat. Then I will search the score and make some explanation to you. And some like last workshop, some parents want me to give some suggestions for the last like few weeks, what they should do the best can help, to do the best test, or how to make the application, which kind of school is good for them. So, Madam Stella,